There is a frequency rising right now, one that is calling in all the keepers of light, all the timeline weavers, the energy architects. It's calling everyone back home, and it's showing us who we are, what we are made of, and what we are capable of. In this video, I want to share with you the truth about the Heka Portals, way beyond the concept, but really into the experience, into the cosmic technology that they are. I want to share with you how they have been a God-given gift to us in this current time of global consciousness rising, and how those Heka portals are helping us in our healing, our coming back to wholeness and oneness, the divine remembering, given in this great moment of collective ascension to support our individual elevations, our collective awakening, and to support our divine remembering, truly. So Heka Portals is, to me, the most powerful tool that I have ever encountered so far to help us do that. And I'm gonna reveal all its secret to you.
But some words that come to mind are experiencing the highest light, the divine love and truth.
There is this knowing in me of who I am.
Help me to open my wings, and that's how it felt. It's like it was this expansion.
It was beyond what I expected.
You may not remember the name, but you might feel the energy and you might resonate with it in such a profound, intimate way that is beyond the mind. That is because Heka is the force of life. That is the origin of you. That is the original current of creation that even breathes you alive. It's what breathes everything alive. Heka is the name that ancient Egyptian gave to this force of magic, this force of the gods. And in simple words, Heka is life force energy, pure magic of creation. But what I call Heka Portal is a little twist of that. It's a little bit more. So I'm going to explain to you. And yeah, it truly is the reclamation of magic and the reclamation of multidimensional power, awareness, presence. So I've been working with life force activation since over 3 years after I myself had a life force awakening, Kundalini awakening, and everything opened up inside of me. It's like my blueprint was fully activated and I was ready to step into this soul path and this really, really powerful sacred mission that is to carry and hold a certain frequency of the highest light into the world, to be shared and to be remembered by every heart, every bodies, every soul. So I had been working for years with life force energy, and as I was meditating on the Nile before leading a pilgrimage there and an initiation training actually in this facilitation, I received the name from my guides, Heka Portal. This is where I encountered how life force energy for the ancient Egyptian was named Heka. And so I was taught and shown how Heka is truly the most precise architecture of the divine. It is pure temple consciousness where everything is placed in space in its right place, and it is pure precision. And this precision allows the coherent current of divinity to flow through and act its perfect harmony, its perfect work in any space, any time, any being, anything, any land. So I was given this name because I was carrying this technology that I used to call life force activation, but indeed it was showing up in different way than I used to know it, or I used to see it outside of myself in other facilitation. And so there was this new way. It was definitely a very pristine, highest light source connected to Sophia, Christ lineage, and of course Isis and ancient Egyptian magic. And it was reflecting and giving out in the world something just more pristine than life force activation, something different that, whether it's my own experience of it or the experience of now thousands of people who have experienced the Heka Portal, we can say that it is definitely a refined technology and frequency than what we used to call Kundalini or life force activation. So it is coming really as the highest light. Actually, the best way to call it would be light transmission, because this is the most accurate truth of what is happening in a Heka activation. So I received this name and I was meant to carry it out in the world, and I did with some times and a lot of experiences of this Heka activation portal. And so I'm here to reveal what it is to you. So Heka activation, this portal of light, is not a simple energy that flows in a very free and chaotic way. Not at all. It is an extremely advanced spiritual technology, a very, very alive, living field of light, and an advanced consciousness of our own making and being, but from us on a very, very high octave. It is tapping into the universal mind, the closest to source, if you ask me. So it is a precise etheric temple and architecture, a portal, etherically, that allows a whole higher template of our consciousness and our beingness. It is the most sacred part of who we are. And it is what bridges everything together, the spiritual, the subtle, the matter, the embodied here. This Heka activation is not something that you receive from the outside, even though I like to call it transmission, but it's not a transmission from facilitator to facility. It's transmission from source to source. And so the facilitator in the space holds a frequency that is incredibly high. They have embodied this higher octave of beingness and consciousness and living light, life force energy in themselves. And because they have embodied it, they are now a frequency holder. And so that's our role. We can say that we channel, but actually we more hold a frequency than channel through our body. We hold a frequency in the space. It is not linear inside the tube of the body. It is really, really vast and wild. And so that's also another aspect that is very interesting. We used to call, or some people call out their Kundalini activation, and a lot of people stay focused on that one flow that is very linear from the bottom and the life force that is nested in the bottom of the spine, and that rises all the way up and shoots out. And that's the goal. Well, it used to be. Well, there's something and some things way more interesting than that, and way more true than that. It's like the more we awaken to life and all the little dimensions and great dimensions of reality, the more we can understand better what happens in those mystical spaces we go into when we drop in very, very deep in our state of consciousness and brainwave, and we access different layers, and then something happens in the body, releases, activations of power, remembrance of other lifetimes. Well, when we step into a Heka activation, we are not activating the Kundalini. There's something way grander than this force within our body that is activating within our body and all our bodies. And so it is helping all the sacredness of who we are to come back into the conscious mind and to be fully, fully reharmonized, recalibrated, and realigned on the highest harmony octave that is possible and available. And this is helping us truly embody divinity. It's awakening and illuminating every cell. So with this process, we're talking about freeing karma. We're talking about jumping out of the paradigm of separation and fear back into the paradigm of wholeness remembered, fully embodied, not as a concept. This is a felt experience. And oneness, fully reclaimed, fully lived between each other. Because when I talk about this living field of light, well, our experience in Egypt with already facilitators, only people holding this frequency already, well, this experience in Egypt have showed us even a higher and further way of how it looks like to embody life force, how it looks like to embody the highest light in our bodies and in community, in the collective with others. So I speak a lot of words and I'm going to continue to do that. But the same way that it happens when I published my book and now the Oracle, you will feel the energy beyond the words. So I invite you to really tune into your heart and open wide, open your mind, open all this beautiful space right in the center of your chest and receive the frequency that is passing through, because this is what matters. When I talk about Heka activation and when we enter this portal, it is a modality, like a session that you access physically. So you come and you lay down in a space and the facilitators explain, and then they go into the transmission. So they start the music. You are fully laid down. You're not doing anything, not visualizing, breathing, or trying anything. And you're just surrendering. Your letting go is allowing this force inside of you to rise, because it's trying to meet the frequency that is presented by the frequency holder, the facilitator. And so it is simply a space of absolute resonance. But it is so pristine because the consciousness of a Heka portal is incredibly precise. It is a very, very cosmic technology that was God-given for us right now. And that is really helping our ascension in the highest way, because it's not using any kind of outside medicine, right? We're not even doing any kind of effort, and we're not using any external input, plans, or anything at all. We are just letting go of the mind as much as possible and going beyond the mind so we can have the experience of our own grace and magic. So that's why I'm sharing with you and inviting you to go beyond the mind here, even though the words will be reassuring and help integrating a little bit more of this really, really abstract, mystical experience. And it's also important, right, to integrate. So both are supporting your understanding and your own path with it, with this expansion of consciousness. So what truly happens in those Heka activation spaces? What do people actually experience? It can be so vast. And the physical, emotional, and inward experiences that are being felt when someone surrenders into that very intensified vortex of light into this space, well, they are infinite expressions of their own energy and what is available to them in this one moment. So there's a lot of light coach transmission, because Heka Light, this Heka Portal technology that I was given, is incredibly linked to the Isis lineage and beyond, to star seeds and star constellations. So there are cosmic codes that are coming through all the time to elevate and upgrade the bodies and upgrade the consciousness, of course. And it's working directly inside the physical vessel. So that's what is incredibly powerful, because we are talking about divinity remembered. So we've read many books about it, and sometimes in deep meditation we may have felt a sense of oneness and in our lives and with sharing love with others. But this is at another level where we go beyond the mind. We pass through the layers of the body and the life force energy and all of this subtle and physical layer to activate that remembrance. So it is coming as a remembrance on such a deeper level that allows the reawakening of our dormant DNA. There is an infinity of potential that is not yet manifested in our cells, in our being, and our existence. And Heka Light, through the light codes transmission, through the opening up of all the layers and multi-dimensions of you in this one space where you become aware of it all, it allows you to tap into that, and it allows you to fully awaken those. And it is definitely a process. It's not with one portal of activation laying down for 1 hour that you awaken the fullness of who you are. I don't even know if we can do that, but it is an infinite exploration and discovery of more of you and more of home. Really, that's something, all the people are speaking about. This when they come and they surrender and they feel this expansiveness and this incredible love from Source Mother and all that it does open inside of them, they all feel this unspeakable sense of home. I've never felt so much home. That's my case too. And yeah, it's awakening our powers. It's awakening our multidimensional capacities. I can tell you that with 3 years of living with this frequency and surrendering to it and allowing it to do its perfect work, so many of myself has been harmonized. So many of the old imprints of the past, the old behaviors that were limiting you, all of these gets really harmonized, and you all of a sudden have access to a whole new range of possibility of feeling yourself and moving into the world and relating, processing the world. So that's why we also talk about nervous system expansion and upgrade. This is not just the woo-woo terms that we can talk about this process. We can go into all the levels of speech. And every time I open a Heka portal, I never introduce it the same, because there's so many things to talk about and to express about it. So if we come more into the concrete body, we will talk about nervous system and how, yes, we talk about activation, but I will speak only for Heka Portals. This is a true regulation too. It is a harmonization of your two nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And what this does, it's actually bringing back coherence. It's recalibrating all spaces and places that are not at peace or ease, and bringing them back into that coherent space, that wholeness. So it is helping your nervous system to stabilize and, of course, to expand its capacity to hold your light, because that's what we're truly doing. We are all ascending in our own consciousness. Within my journeys and spiritual experiences around the world, I have really understood that ascension is not, the goal is not to transcend and to leave these bodies, but to actually embody fully wholeness and divinity right here in those bodies on earth, to come back into that most truthful truth. There is nothing more real than that. Everything else, we just made it up. So how do we decondition everything we created? How do we step away from the old paradigm of separation and fear and contraction and hardships? How do we come back to remembering how beautiful life is, how beauty is all there is actually, and how much in love with life we can actually be? So Heka Activation is a gift that were given to us exactly for that. It's helping our nervous system to expand the capacity to hold that kind of light. Because so far, our conditioning stuck in our bodies, our ego stuck in our bodies, are holding a smaller capacity, a limited capacity of who we are. And that's why we find ourselves in limiting behaviors and patterns, whether it's individual or collectively. When we start transcending those from within by opening up and remembering the true higher divinity potential that we are and that all is in every moment, and that is actually a felt and lasting experience within our cellular body, it changes everything. We start holding more of a light. We start having such a heightened sensitivity to the subtle realm, and all the intrication, telepathy is normal and or becomes normal. Manifestation, like manifesting something, becomes just being in divine alignment. It's like there is less or almost no effort, honestly, to create anything. It's more like you are in such divine surrender and flow within your own self and interconnected to all that is, that things do come and align in perfect ways. And the moment that you think you want something, it's already here. It's like, what came first? It's just divine alignment. So life becomes more easeful and more beautiful. And of course, we are in transition. So I'm not saying that there is no challenges. There is actually very big ones. And that comes with this beautiful transition from the old to the new paradigm, from the earth we knew to the new world we are all creating by opening our hearts and remembering divinity. So yes, there are many challenges that come with this kind of awakening, because It is stirring up and bringing back up to the surface everything that needs to be seen, everything that is ready to be enlightened, to be brought back to light and to be loved and integrated back into wholeness. So it is this eternal coming home to ourselves, to the Divine Mother, to Source Consciousness, to pure light. And yes, many, many aspects of our own soul, our own human here and now, and also the collective needs to be cleared. The earth is clearing also. And so I guess this is a transition to talk about what is beyond the individual experience that you get with the Heka activation. It is the actual earth grid consciousness that is elevating herself. It is the full collectiveness that is ascending more and more. As you may know, the more inner work you do, the higher the frequency of the planet and humanity will be. This is beautiful because we realize that in this tapestry interconnected energies, we are all incredibly influencing one another. We are all resonating in every moment. And what's important here is that working and coming together in a session like a Heka activation, coming together in this powerful space inside where we surrender to divine magic and we trust the unfolding of the highest timeline and we allow that to activate that reality for ourselves. Well, actually, coming together and allowing that for yourself, you are doing it for humanity. And it allows more and more people in the world to remember to be resonating with the same energies and the same truth inside. And it allows Mother Earth to reawaken her lens as well. Because every time I go and do an initiation training in a sacred place like Greece, like Egypt, like Bali, every time I offer a Heka activation online with hundreds of people that are placed all around the world, we can see the shift that it's creating in the land. It's like the same way that it's activating our fullness and this extra magical superpowers DNA inside our bodies and our soul. It's doing the same for the lens. Like the lens have not had the capacity to awaken to their fullest potential, but Heka Portal is allowing that. And all of us being the bridges and the vessels for this light to come through from the heavens to earth, it's allowing that. So the more we awaken the lens, the more the lens will help us awaken as well. And then it's this beautiful cycle that we're already in that is fully active. So it's gorgeous. It truly, truly is a gift that we have. I have experienced plant medicines. I have experienced incredible ceremonies with incredible shamans and people around the world. And I can tell you, a Heka activation is the most powerful ceremonial space I have ever encountered. And it is what brings me and thousands of people now back up and uplift us to our highest truth again and again and again. So it is the most powerful because it is fully cleared. It is incredibly pristine frequency. Like I said, I'm talking about Sophia Christ consciousness here, which is the divine mother, the divine creation, the divine feminine flow, womb, that is holding all of creation. And that is the most refined, harmonious frequency of oneness and love and absolute light. Absolute light will heal the world. This is already what's happening. And yeah, we have the opportunity with Heka to go way deeper together. And this is relevant now because we are in a massive transition. The transition I was talking about, it's happening right now. And it is the deconditioning, the dissolution of certain parts of our ego that we're holding on very, very tight to things and concepts and ideas and identities individually and collectively that are not constructive anymore. They probably never have been, but for a while there, that was what was right. And that was our natural cycle. And now, so many of us on Earth, we have awakened to the knowing that this indeed wasn't the most truthful expression of our embodiment here on earth, and that there is way, way more. And this is beyond ego. This is into the absolute light that we are. And it happens through the recalibration and the transcending of all that was conditioned in the body. So it happens through the etherization of our body, through the divine remembering embodied. The more we expand this nervous system and regulate it with this kind of higher dimensional light work, the more we increase the brain-heart coherence in the body too. The more it's easy for us to access the harmony within our thoughts, within our emotional patterns, and within our decision and action. And of course, the more we are reorganizing the biofield, your electromagnetic energy field is being fully reorganized. It's being very much expanded, and you are starting to tune into the world in a whole new way. It is more refined, it is more stable, it is more resonant, and you become incredibly magnetic. That's perhaps something I should have said since the beginning. What does it do to you inside of yourself? Well, you become magnetic. Your energy is so clear, and your fullness gets activated with every session, every time you surrender, every time you embody that in your life during your integration process of the activation. You are becoming a whole new version of you that is definitely more expressed, more authentic. You have way less fear of speaking your truth and being exactly who you want to be in this world. Another aspect is you feel incredibly more alive. It's like the colors outside are more vibrant, the sounds, the emotions, the relations, the presence gets so much deepened that this inner silence is filled with truth, with love, with magic, honestly. And overall, you are accessing your own superpowers and your own super version of yourself. I have no idea where it will take us because it keeps evolving. There are cycles of Heka Portal, and the more we surrender to it, because it truly is a higher consciousness that is talking through us and guiding us. And so it keeps guiding us in many, many different ways. It already has evolved. And right now it's showing this collective field work that it's doing. It's showing us the possibility of truly embodying, practically and fully and embodiedly, this divinity and this absolute potential of what can we be on earth. What is the kind of life that we are available to live, that we decide, that we choose, and what kind of world can we create together? So it's allowing all of these questions to have a certain direction that is incredibly soft and loving, and I would say remembered. Remembered is the best word I can tell you. So again, it's not about becoming something else, right? It's about becoming more of you. It's about becoming fully you in this human form as you absolutely access your full divinity as well. Because why wouldn't you? It's about embodying this in the reality and about becoming again this vessel of light, this portal of light, not just for you, but for the entire world, as we need it so much. There is a sacred mission happening right now, one that I am incredibly devoted to. And that's why I keep opening these spaces. That's why I'm talking to you today. There is this sacred mission of beautiful awakening, and the visions that I have for this planet, for our living on her, are beyond what the mind can comprehend. I see a lot of absolute magic. I see incredible powers and incredible souls embodying love, unity, and peace. I see everyone remembering how loved they are and how love we can be together. And I see a world living at peace, again, remembering how good it feels to be alive. So this mission is ongoing, and Heka Portal is the vessel for me to access that. And I will say that everyone is ready to receive this energy. Everyone. There is absolutely no one that cannot receive this frequency and upgrade and elevate and remember all of that. There are different sensitivities to start with, but anyone who feels like they are connected to this and they want to connect again to who they really are through this process, well, everyone can access it. That's what I mean. And sometimes it is a process, yes. So sometimes it will take more and more sessions. Sometimes it will be there right away. But the important part is to remember that this is not a modality. This is not a trend. This is who we really are. This is our birthright. So yes, you can access it yourself and you can hold this frequency and you can embody the fullness of you because that's who you are. There's nothing more true than that. So let it be clear that all these gifts, all of this magic, it's available for each and every one of us. And already thousands of people are remembering. Thousands of you have been coming to the Heka portals and activations weekly with me and with some of the facilitators I initiated. Already 50, around 60 of you is holding this frequency and opening those portals for more and more people in the world. And yeah, already thousands of us have been empowered and remembering sovereignty and connected to more of peace and more expansion and more possibility. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're feeling it too, I want you to know that there are spaces for you to come to experience the infinity as well. We are opening up Heka activations, online sessions, in-person sessions around the world every week. You have all the link in the description, but the activations are weekly possible, and I really invite you to join if you feel this calling inside, because there is a lot of gifts for you to receive and uncover. And of course, we also open initiation training. So I initiate people that have the really, really aligned soul blueprint and that they felt this calling in their hearts. I don't initiate anyone. This is not a modality with a protocol that I can teach to anyone, not at all. This is a very, very deeply soul aligned blueprint that some of us hold for this life, for this mission, and that some of us are meant to hold and carry. We are meant to carry this precise technology. And so for those people, we recognize each other, they feel me, they come to me, I feel them, we connect, and then I invite them to an initiation training. And those happen in the most beautiful and powerful sacred sites, places in the world. I go to Egypt a lot because Egypt is the Mecca. It's the motherland of this magic. And of course, Isis, that is has always been my guide my whole life. She has led my entire journey with this, and she is the incredible support that allowed me to birth Heka Portal, this technology. So yeah, we go to Egypt and we go into this beautiful pilgrimage around the temples, and we have really privileged access to be with the mother, to be in that energy living light space, and to not only upgrade ourselves and our entire being and service to the fullest and the highest possible, but also really work with the land, really work with the energy ley lines of the earth, and upgrade the templates that we are receiving of the highest consciousness into the earth too. And of course, I'm working with Bali, Mama Bali. This is my land of heart. I love her so much. And yeah, she is the one that allowed my full awakening, and that really carried like a mother this entire journey with Heka. So we go to her, and she embraces us with all her mystical, devoted, mothering energy. And newly added, we also go to Greece. Greece is, wow, such a pristine Sophia Christ land. And yeah, the first training in Greece happened a month ago now. And it was definitely the lightest, most clear initiation space that we could have. It's incredibly supportive. It feels like the power held here in the lens and the crystalline waters is very, very embedded and directly infused with Sophia Christ, which is the highest light. And so there is less things in between and more pristine, joyful of being. So if you feel like you are ready to step into this path of remembrance, if you feel like you want to access more of yourself and upgrade your entire nervous system and body system to hold more of your light and your magic, and if some of you have felt this calling of becoming a living temple for this kind of high light frequency for others, for the world, for yourself, then reach out. I'll be here to receive you open heart. And I'm excited to continue this journey together. It's all about awakening to magic and reclaiming magic all together as individuals and as humanity. And the earth is so ready for this. We are so ready for this. It's time now. There is nothing more important than us remembering truth and embodying it fully, oh, way beyond limitations of the past. So, yeah, maybe you have sensed that too, that this timeline is already shifting and a lot of things are moving, especially this summer, and there's a lot of transition. Please stay tuned because we are offering ceremonies with all my facilitators, global ceremonies where you can step into the Heka Portal completely for free and help yourself, but also the world with this ascension and elevation. And of course, join the weekly activation and contact me for any deeper initiation. The next phase is here. This is it. This is a moment where, again, we have accessed a new template of consciousness and we are being given keys to elevate it even higher and embody it even deeper. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being open to do this work, to jump into the unseen, to surrender to the unknown, and to believe in infinite possibilities, in infinite magic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are the miracle. And yeah, may you be blessed by your own grace today.